Hi there. My name is Leslie, and I run the Reading Safari and Stream programs for Monterey County Free Libraries. Today, for the Self-Care Sunday, I am here to talk to you about journaling. I have been keeping a journal since I was a little girl. This right here is my first journal. You notice it says diary on it, and that might make you wonder, what's the difference between a journal and a diary? Well, it totally depends on who you ask, but for me, a diary is more like keeping lists, shopping lists, or a record of what you did during the day or what you ate or something like that. And a journal is more about how you feel about something, maybe how you felt, like about if you had a problem during the day, it might be a way for you to process in your journal. There really are no hard and fast rules to keeping a journal. You can call it a journal or a diary, whatever you want to. The point is that you write down some of your feelings. And one of the ways that you can do that is through journal prompts. So I use this book. It is called Writing Down the Bones by Natalie Goldberg. This book is a classic. I have had a copy of it for 20 years now, and it has come in very handy when I am looking for something to write about or just something to give me perspective on my writing. So you can also, if you don't want to, if you don't have this book, it's totally fine. You don't have to have this book. There are writing prompts all over the internet. So no need to worry about that. There are all kinds of things available to you. This is certainly not the end all be all of journal prompts, but it's got some really good ideas in it. And with that in mind, I wanted to share some of them with you. Okay. And here we go. Okay. Here's one of the prompts. Begin with, I remember. Write lots of small memories. If you fall into one large memory, write that. Just keep going. Don't be concerned if the memory happened 5 seconds ago or 5 years ago. Everything that isn't this moment is memory coming alive again as you write. If you get stuck, just repeat the phrase, I remember, again, and keep going. I have done this one before. And I have gotten stuck, and I have just written, I remember, until I start writing again. It is very helpful, actually. And it actually is very good. It's very therapeutic to write about your memories. It can help you process some things that maybe you hadn't dealt with before. So I find this particular exercise to be very helpful. There's also some other ones, such as, let's see, who are the people you have loved? Now, this could go in any way, it's so broad, and that's what I like about it. We've all loved somebody. Maybe we haven't all been in love, but we have loved somebody, and exploring that love is definitely worth it. Another good prompt is write about leaving. Approach it any way you want. Write about your divorce, leaving the house this morning, or a friend dying, or whatever. I mean, you probably shouldn't write about leaving the house this morning because you didn't leave the house, right? But you could write about when you left before we were sheltering in place. Okay, and if you left the house this morning, that's okay too, because we all have to leave the house sometimes, right? Anyways, and then another one that is, maybe seems like a little bit silly is you could write about what you had for breakfast. Give the details, flesh it out. That is good writing practice. One way to get really good at writing is just to write anything. Write the details of your breakfast, the shower you took, how the grass feels under your feet, anything like that. These things help flex that writing muscle, which is, a muscle It's something to be developed just as you would, like, your arm muscle, So I definitely recommend prompts. And this is a great book. So before I hand this over to Allison, I am going to show you my current journal. This is it, my current journal. It was plain, but I like to decorate mine, so I took an old wildflower book and used Mod Podge to make a collage on the cover. And so I guess it wouldn't be a good journaling video if I didn't share something with you from my journal. And here, this is from about a year ago. It says, "Things pass. Yellow flowers, first harbingers of spring, are giving way to tall grass, which will turn brown before long. I am restless like a mother whose kids have been gone all week. So I've been walking among the bluebonnets, thinking of seasons. Our lives are seasons, one after another. Birth, flourish, fade, death, rebirth." And that is what I have for you. I am now going to let Allison take her turn to tell you about her journaling process. So here she is. Enjoy your day, everybody. Bye.
Hi everyone, my name's Allison. I'm the Programs Outreach and Youth Services Manager here at Monterey County Free Libraries, and today, along with Leslie, I'm going to talk about journaling for our Self-Care Sunday. So just like Leslie, I have had a diary or a journal or a notebook, as I usually call them, since I was a little girl. This is the first notebook that I used starting in the 6th grade. I got it as a present, and I kept a notebook fairly consistently up until about the time I got into college, when I kind of trailed off, and I've kept one very sporadically as an adult. It's definitely something that I'm hoping to get back into, but it can be hard for me to find the time for it. So like Leslie was saying, some people consider there's a difference between diary versus journal. I kind of blend the two. I use my notebook to write down things that happened during the day that I just want to remember, so that I can reflect back, and when I'm reading them, be like, oh yeah, we went to the park that day, or it was so-and-so's birthday party, or we did X, Y, or Z activity. But I also do include personal feelings, reflections, meditations, that kind of stuff into my writing as well. So it's a combination of stuff pretty mundane things that I wouldn't feel so weird about people seeing, mixed in with more personal stuff that I would like to keep to myself. So because I blend the two formats that way, it's not so hard for me to get started normally, because I start off talking about what happened in the day and how those activities made me feel, and that usually, keeps my inner conversation flowing, so to speak. But I just wanted to address, for those of you who are having a little bit of trouble starting, there are a lot of different types of journals or diaries or notebooks, whatever you want to call them, that you can get that can help you in your writing process. And I have a couple of examples I wanted to share. So one that's become quite popular lately is called a gratitude journal. So I have this particular one that I received as a present. And the point of a gratitude journal, or at least this one, is, the basics, writing down things that you are grateful for. So this journal is laid out in the following format. On one side, you just have a daily gratitude tracker that you would write down very, very bulleted points of what you're grateful for. It says, this week I'm especially thankful for blah, a highlight of the week, and maybe stuff that you're looking forward to. So this has some very basic prompts laid out for you. And then at the end, there's a space for weekly reflection. So you don't need to buy a special journal to do that format, but that is one type of format that you can do to do some very quick bullet-pointed journaling. Another type of journal or notebook, there are many different kinds, this is just the one that I had at home, is something like this, where it's more of a workbook. So this is the self-love workbook, and it takes you through a bunch of exercises that are written out. This is self-exploration, and so it has some prompts like this: what do you anticipate you will encounter in your self-exploration? And then it walks you through some activities of getting to know yourself. What is my favorite color? What is my favorite band? So very basics. And all of these chapters have a very pointed topic that they're trying to help you work on and look at through some self-reflection. Another type of journal that I have at home is the Morning Sidekick Journal. This is, again, another very guided journal, and it's got very laid out chapters. It goes over a very particular methodology that the authors of this journal are using, so there's a lot of reading material at the beginning, and then it walks you through the actual thing. So there's challenges. You're writing down, my morning ritual tomorrow will be, my most important task for today is. So this is really more of a way to help get you focused in the morning. And it is part of a series of journals that focus on different topics. So again, you don't have to buy specialized journals like this, but I wanted to make people aware that if you are looking to get more into journaling, or writing in general and are having trouble figuring out where to start, there are specialized journals that give you particular topics. Another thing that I have here that I use with a little bit of regularity, I have these cards. They're called Discover Yourself. It's 31 questions for self-knowledge. And so you can find these all over the place, and then you can also just Google prompts. But you can pick out different cards, and there are things like, what are the most important life lessons I have learned so far? What does my dream life look like? And so you can use these cards as prompts to help you with your journaling. Like I said, you can just look a lot of these up online, just do a Google search. Another deck that I have is daily affirmations. So these are what they say, they're affirmation cards. So I'm just picking one out. I am loved, loving, and lovable. And you could use those again as prompts to get you started. And again, you can just find these online. There are a lot of different ways to jog your ideas and your thoughts and get things going. And I just wanted to make sure that everybody was aware of those in case you're feeling a little bit stuck. So I'm not going to share anything that I've written today. I just wanted to help you find some other avenues that you could use to get your thoughts going. I hope that you all have a great day and maybe go and do some journaling. We'll see you next week. Bye, everybody. If you're looking for more ways to flex your writing muscles during this time, Monterey County Free Libraries and Berkeley-based Story Center invite you to join a special online story sharing and writing workshop. The program will have you respond to a simple prompt and lead you through a group feedback process with a chance to then rewrite and share your story. The gathering will be led by one of Story Center's facilitators with years of experience in creating safe and supportive spaces for helping people share stories in person as well as online. You will need internet access and a computer, smartphone, or tablet able to run the Zoom conferencing software in order to join this program. It will be held Thursday, May 28th from 1 to 3 p.m. If you have any questions, please visit our website, www.emcfl.org, or call 831-883-7555. We hope to see you there.